What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to teach you how to put a quick outline on a still image in DaVinci Resolve. My buddy just asked me how I make my thumbnails, and I use Resolve to make my thumbnails. I know there's better programs, I just don't know how to use them. I know how to use Resolve, so I choose to use Resolve. But anyways, so what you're going to want to do, you find your video clip wherever you want to grab it. Say we want to stop it right here. We're going to cut this clip in half. We don't need that half. This half, we can right click on it. We can choose change clip speed. I rebound it to Control-Shift-R because I do this a lot. You can also rebind it to a keyboard shortcut to make it a little bit easier. That's going to open up this menu here. All you're going to want to do is click freeze frame. So now this is now a still image. It's a freeze frame. You can see it's not moving anymore. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to make a copy of this. So you can hold Alt on your keyboard, click and drag, and then release, and you'll make a copy. Now you've got two of the exact same still image. This is the one we're going to be working on. This is going to be our top layer. So let's right click. We're going to you don't have to do this, but we're going to change the color of this. Totally optional. You don't need to do it at all. First thing you're going to want to do, you're going to make sure you got this clip selected. Jump into the color page. We're going to need to make a window, a power window on this. So you'll probably open it. You'll have your qualifiers open more than likely. You're going to want to click on this to open all your windows. You can do, this will work with other shapes. You can do it with squares, circles, straight lines wouldn't really work. But what you're going to want is the pen tool here, or I guess they call it the curve tool. You can click on this, and then what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to outline this. So you can scroll to zoom in, middle mouse button click to kind of reposition like that. I'm just going to do this real quick. You can, if you click and drag, it'll create these handles like that. If you grab the handle when you're done, you can move them both. Or if you only want to move one of them, you can hold Control and click a handle and then just move the one. So let me just quick get this. All right. Now we have our outline done. Spend some time on this, do it good. Try to have as few of these points as possible when you're doing it. It's not a huge deal for this exercise, but it will serve you good in the future with your future masking endeavors. Anyways, next thing you're going to do, you'll come over here to the node graph. You're going to right click, you're going to click on add alpha output. Actually, let's do it over here. There's going to be a little blue dot that pops up there, right there. We're going to connect this blue dot, click and drag onto that blue dot. Background disappears. This is now an alpha background. So let's jump back over into the edit page. So what we're going to want to do now, I don't know the reason for this, but in order to do what we're going to do, you need to change this into a fusion clip. So you're going to right click, new fusion clip here up towards the top. It reset my color, so I'm going to change that back. Now you can open this. You can either open it down here in the Fusion page, or a little easier probably, right click on it, click on Open in Fusion page. Don't be intimidated by the Fusion page right now. This is very simple. You're gonna want to know how to add nodes. So there's a handful of nodes here that you can use to add into this node graph, or you can press Shift Spacebar on your keyboard and that'll open up this menu and you can type in a node that you are looking for. So first thing we're going to want to do, we're going to want to disconnect the media in from the media out. Make sure you click on the exiting side of the arrow to make that disappear. If you click on the starting side of the arrow, you can see how the front half is blue. It will not disappear. You can double click to make it disappear. First node you're going to want to add is a merge node right here. So let's right away connect that gray output box to the media out, the yellow input of the media out. And then we will connect our media in to the green input of the merge node. It's very important that it is the green input. It will not work with the blue or yellow input. Next node we're going to want is a background node. So that's either right here, or again, Shift Spacebar will open up your search. So you can type in background, press enter, and it'll pop up here. We're going to connect the output from the background to the yellow input on the merge node. Again, very important that you do not mix these up or it will not work. The last node you're going to need is called an erode dilate node. That one is not up here, so you will have to search for it. You can probably find it in here someplace too. I always just search, it's a lot easier. So if you start typing aerodilate, click add, it's here. It's perfect. We're going to connect the output for the aerodilate into the input of the background. And the last thing we're going to want to do is the output of the media in, this little gray box, we're going to connect to the yellow input of the aerodilate. Again, very important, it's the yellow one, not the blue one. Okay, so now you need to decide what color you want your line to be around your shape. You're going to do that using the background node. By default, it's always going to be black. We are working on a pretty dark background as it is, so black won't really stand out that well. I think we're going to switch that to white. So let's click on the background node here. We're going to change this to white. And the aerodilate node is where you kind of decide how thick you want your outline to be. And you do that with this slider right here. If you slide it down, nothing's going to happen. However, if you slide it past that 0 threshold, you're going to start seeing an outline appear around the shape. And you can slide it all the way up. I think you can type in your own number. You can. That's absurd. Just for this exercise, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, now let's jump back over into the edit page. We got our Fusion clip here with the outline. We have our background, so to speak. And if we slide this over top, you can see now the outline is on the king there. Now, the reason I do it like this in layers, sometimes when I make my thumbnails, I want the subject of my thumbnail to pop a little bit. So I will pump up the size just a little bit. It doesn't work real well in this example because it cuts off the bottom of the king. But if you wanted like a smaller shape up here or something like that to be, you know, a little bit bigger than what it is in the background, that's the way you would do it. You can also do this with clear PNG images. So if you, I'm just going to drop this on here, for example, you can't see it because the PNG itself is black. Let's change this. There you go. Now you can see the paw print. So the only difference is you don't, because it's already got an alpha background, it's got a clear background. You can see it moves around on that clear background. You don't need to go into the color page and add that alpha output like we did before. You can just create a new Fusion clip, open it in the Fusion page, draw out the same node tree. So we'll do this. And then connect the aerodilate. You see it pop up. We're going to put a white background on the paw print also. And then we can go back to the aerodilate and start turning up the outline width or thickness. Jump back over and we've got our paw print that can be resized, rotated, wherever you want to put it, however you want to do it. So anyways, yeah, that's two different ways you can put an outline onto a object on a still image in Resolve. I hope it helps you. If it did, do me that favor, hit the like button down below, and let me know if you want to keep seeing small little tips like this. But anyways, I appreciate you guys sticking around, and we'll catch you in the next one.